Hi guys, it's your girl Christy, and today I just really have some thoughts on the new Sonic the Hedgehog movie trailer. The movie's supposed to come out, I'm pretty sure it's November 8th, but the trailer just released today, and honestly, there are some things I'd like to talk about. So, most of my criticism of the trailer comes from design, because Sonic looks freaking scary as heck. I don't know how this is gonna work, because, okay, first of all, the first thing that hits you when you watch the trailer is when Sonic goes and he presses the thing on, I think it's the radio or the boombox or whatever. I think it's the boombox. So he has no gloves. He has no gloves. His hands are skeletal and creepy and nightmarish. They're like, I understand, they're supposed to be paws. They're supposed to be paws, but they're scary. Second of all, his eyes have too much white. I know that he's supposed to be like sort of video game looking, like his eyes did have whites in the video games, whatever. The way they could have animated this better, like look at Detective Pikachu versus this. It's just really scary. Sorry if y'all hear some background noise. Third of all, Sonic, when they do the little zoom out and he's stretching, which first of all, very scary. When I first originally watched the trailer, I had a visceral reaction and I did not know why. And then I realized, Sonic has no calves. Sonic literally has no calves. Okay, here's the thing, if they're going for the whole like humanistic animal like vibe, whatever, sort of like a fursona, which I wish they wouldn't, I really just wish they would give this man hedgehog calves. Like, it's weird. His legs are so skinny, they just go straight down, and it's awkward, and then him not facing the camera and stretching is just a really weird angle. I don't know why they chose that for the trailer. Another criticism I have, Sonic's face. If you look at him from covering his nose and mouth, if you look at his eyes upward, he looks pretty decent. Like in that one shot they have, like right before he says gotta go fast, which he says like a 2-year-old, like gotta go fast, then he looks decent. But if you look at him from covering his eyes, this part down, I swear this kid looks like a Grinch crossover. He looks legit like a Who from Whoville. Okay, that leads into my other point, his lips. Whenever he talks, I don't know why, his lips creep me out. And I cannot explain why. Like, whenever I was watching the trailer, just the way that he looked throughout the whole thing, I just kept having this weird visceral reaction of like confusion and fear, you know, like when your brain is telling you that this isn't the way that something's supposed to be. I don't really know how to describe it. It was like a visceral fear, confusion, and disgust, which I feel like sums up most of my feelings about the Sonic trailer. But anyway, I also have some general criticisms. The scene where Sonic is like surrounded by all the missiles, really cool scene. That's actually one of the few things I do like about the trailer, is that like all the missiles and stuff coming at Sonic, you know, that's actually pretty cool. It brings me back to like the X-Men movie with Quicksilver, where he's like going in, where it's like he's in the kitchen and it's all the knives and stuff. Like, that's pretty cool, like all the magnetic things. But he looks at his wrist and he doesn't have a watch. So here's my question. Is Sonic able to keep track of every single step that he takes? Because he says, oh, I've gotten over, I think it's like 9 million steps today, 5 million steps, it doesn't matter. It's over 1 million steps, first of all. So he's able to keep track of how many steps he takes, which I don't do that. Do his neurons fire at a faster rate than, say, like your average human? Because he's supposed to be I suppose he's supposed to be some kind of alien. I think that's what the storyline of this movie is supposed to be, that he's an alien, he's from another planet. So do his neurons fire faster and he's able to like keep track of all the steps that he takes? Or is it implied that he's supposed to have a watch there and he just doesn't, because they haven't animated it in yet? Because if that's the case, then I mean, I guess that's fair, but I think it's more funny to imagine that Sonic can literally just keep track of that sort of thing. Imagine the kind of math Sonic could do. Like, Sonic could probably come up with some really cool, like, rocket calculations, take us to Mars a lot faster. But anyway, also, like, Jim Carrey, I have some questions for you, Jim Carrey. Jimothy. Why? You've been in good movies. You've been to so many good movies. Did your agent just hate you? I know you have control over them. You can blink twice. You can tell us if you're hurting. Okay, Jim. You can tell us. It's okay. Like, just listen, just slide down those weird glasses you have in the trailer. They do look like Dr. Eggman glasses, I will admit, but slide them down. Blink twice if you need help, because we will help you. Like, you were in The Mask, Jimothy. You did a really good job. And now you're playing Dr. Eggman in a Sonic movie. Video game adaptation movies are notorious for being, most of the time, really terrible. There are exceptions to this rule, don't fight me. But Jimothy, first of all, like, okay, later in the trailer, I will admit, your costume looks good. Whoever is in charge of costuming, like, 10 out of 10 for you. I feel like it really does evoke the feeling of the classic Eggman. I do feel like, Jimothy, you're a little skinny to be Eggman. I do have a criticism of that, but you know, I'm not gonna weight shame you. You do you, boo-boo. And I really, when Eggman or Robotnik, because in the IMDb, he's not listed as Eggman, he's listed as Dr. I think it's Ivan Robotnik or Ivy, something like that. Anyway, he's listed as Robotnik. He's not listed as Eggman, which I find really weird. But whenever you question the military dude, Bennington, you ask him his name, which I understand is meant as like a power move because you just go and insult him childishly a second later. But his name tag's right there. You can literally read his name. I don't understand what you're doing. Like, I understand, oh, we're supposed to get that he's arrogant, we're supposed to get that he's super cocky, but he's also really childish. I got it, but can you not establish that in a better way than by questioning a man with a name tag? I will say, Jim Carrey, later in the trailer, does evoke, like, the general, like, aura of Eggman, the voice, like, the mannerisms. I just really don't get that feeling yet, and I'm not gonna lie and try and say that I'm, like, the OG Sonic fan, because I'm not. But from what the general public knows of Eggman versus what this man is portraying, I feel like it's gonna be very different if he goes in a good direction with the character. Because, let's face it, I am gonna watch this movie. I'm definitely gonna watch this movie. If you're not gonna watch this movie, you're dumb, because if it turns out to be really great, then it's a great video game adaptation. If it turns out to be terrible, then you just got to go watch this dumpster fire live. You can tell your kids about it. Kids. You control your kids with this movie if it turns out to be super terrible. You can tell them that it's gonna be a really great movie about a blue hedgehog. Also, I just thought about this. Why does he put the quill in his mouth? Why is he tasting Sonic's quill? First of all, you don't know what kind of disease this alien has. He could have, he could have diseases from his planet. Why are you gonna put the quill in your mouth and then it glitches his whole head out and he don't even look phased? He's just like, what you want me to do? Also, I forgot. I do love Gangster's Paradise. I really do. But I don't know how it makes sense within the context of a Sonic movie. Like, I'm just really confused. But anyway, that's just my thoughts, that's just my opinion. This is just the first draft of my video, so I'm gonna go back and make this more coherent. Bye.